Listen, man, what's going on, YouTube? Today, we're going to do some mid-season awards. We're like halfway through the season. All-Star breaks around the corner. And, so far, it's been a really good season. A lot of people put some buckets up. So me and John came up with our mid-season MVP, most improved, defensive player of the year, sixth man, and coach of the year, man. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. We've been appreciating all the support, man. It's going to be a really big year for us. And let's get straight to it.
Let's get straight to it, my dog. Which one do you? I feel like we should kick it off with most improved. Because MVP, we gotta wait for the end.
Yeah,
that's the biggest one.
So you want me to? I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna actually go first with the most.
Okay, go ahead.
So my most improved is gonna be Laurie Marketing. I just want to talk about his numbers in 2021 when he's on the Cavaliers. He averaged about 14.8 points a game, 44% from the field, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. Solid role player. He's always been solid throughout his career. When he's in Chicago, when he was in Cleveland. Ever since he hit Utah Jazz, he's looking like a superstar player. He's looking like a franchise player that you can build around. He expanded. How did he improve 10 plus points this year? Averaging 14 to 15 last year to this year, averaging 24.6. You can round out to 25, shooting about 52% from the field, which is a career high for him. Career high in points. Career high in three-point percentage, shooting about 41.3 and 2 assists. And not only that, his team is still in the playoff hunt after trading away Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. He has carried this team, him and these other role players that carried this team to a 23-24 record, 8th in the Western Conference. So that's going to be my most improved player. Yeah.
I like that. I like Laurie Marketing is a great option, my dog. Laurie Marketing is a great option, but let's be real. That's not the answer, though. That's not the answer. I'm going to tell you what the answer is right now. I know you're going to think that this is disrespect, but this is for the award. It's called most improved. It's got to go to SGA. It's got to go to SGA. There's no way it can't go to SGA. Not only is this man having a career year in every single aspect in assists, rebounds, steals, blocks, but he's also gone from being just a Devin Booker scorer to being an effective scorer, right? He went from 24 points per game to 30 points per game, from 45% from the field to 50% from the field, from 30% from the three-point line to 34% from the three-point line, from 81% from the free throw line to 90% from the free throw line. And this is leading to winning. Now, I get it. This is Oklahoma City Thunder. But let me ask you a question, man. Did you think midway through the season, the Oklahoma City Thunder would be a game and a half outside of the playing situation?
Yes.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes,
Could nobody expect that, Trent?
I did.
Trent.
Yo, bro, you got to realize.
After Check left?
Yes, bro, you got to realize I was been a supporter of this OKC team. I always have confidence in my team no matter what. Listen, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I know you don't really know too much football about, but Dallas Cowboys haven't won a playoff game in 30 years. 30 years, John. 30 freaking years. I haven't even been alive for that long, but I haven't witnessed this team win. So when I'm loyal to my teams, I always expect a good year no matter what. Even what they're going through, bro, I always expect a good year.
Okay. Well, okay. Then that's from you, though. That's from you. All right, because you a fan. But let's be real, though. The majority, 99% of the population, no way they thought the Oklahoma City Thunder, after losing Check, which was they're supposed to be Check and SGA and all these other role players with them, no way they thought they'd be here. And the only reason they're here is because of SGA. And SGA has gone from star to superstar. And that's the biggest jump.
I agree, but SGA was still a 20-plus scorer. He was still very, very good last year. He took another jump. You kind of expect that in a way. It's kind of in the sense of like you look at maybe John Morant. John Morant averaged what? He's averaging about the same amount of points, but his assists went up and not around. He's averaging like 1 or whatever the case may be. But that's how it's like. That's kind of example in the sense of like Shea has already been good. Laurie Marketing in his career has never shown us that he has the superstar potential. Shea has shown that. Like last year, he was very, very good. This year, he just took that next leap. Laurie Marketing was averaging about 14 to 15 points last year. He was never really considered that dude on the Chicago Bulls. They kept shipping him off. He went to the Utah Jazz and looks like he could be a lock for the All-Star game right away. So that's how I see in the most proven player. You get what I'm trying to say? Like to jump 10 points. You know how amazing that is, John?
I
He
hear you.
averaged from 15 to 24, 25. That's incredible. So you can
But
go either.
he's also getting more looks though. Wouldn't you agree? He's getting more looks. He's getting more touches. Last year on the Cavs, look, he had all those bigs in front of him. He had all those bigs he had to share the court with, and now that's not the case.
Yes, but you could say that, but he played for the Chicago Bulls and he didn't look this good. He didn't. Like it's just the truth is he did not look this good. I mean, there was a point where it's just like, all right, it's just Larry marketing. Okay. Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Bulls, he averaged about what? 15, 18, 14, 13, but that was probably the most quietest numbers that you probably can really throw up there. So
yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I mean, it could definitely go both ways, man. To me, that jump from 24 to 30, and I know it's not as big as that 14 to 24, but to be averaging a 30 ball and be the sole reason your team is here, man, that's got to be a big improvement jump. But
give respect to Josh Giddey too, because yeah, Shai's doing his thing. I love what Shai's doing, but Josh Giddey's another reason why this team is one game ahead of being in the play-in.
All right, my boy. All right, it's a big OKC supporter right here. But let's go ahead and keep it pushing, my boy, and let's get to the six man. Let's do the six man here. All right. You go ahead and kick this one off, actually.
Yeah, my fault. So, believe it or not, I'm going Russell Westbrook.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Russell Westbrook, and Russell Westbrook has been playing some really, really good basketball. I understand that, the game against the 76ers, he took that crazy shot, but let's just say this, man, right? First of all, no one was moving. LeBron was just standing there. Darvin Ham never called a timeout. Like, I understand you don't call a timeout so the defense don't set, but as soon as Russ loses that ball, you call a timeout because now the ball, everybody's just scrambling all over the place, and it's a crazy possession. So you could throw blames everywhere you want. I know Russ is getting destroyed on the internet because of that play, but Russ been balling out. Let's just look at the last couple games. 24 points against the Rockets, 9 for 16. 20 against the 76ers with a triple-double. 28, 10 for 23, 7 rebounds, 5 assists against the Mavericks. Nuggets 25 and the Kings 23. Hawks 18 and 21 against the Miami Heat. That's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 7 out of 11 games, Russ is putting about. Well, you can put 6 out of 11 games that he put up 20 plus points. People were saying this dude's washed. People said he shouldn't be in the league. I mean, for a player that shouldn't be in the league, I mean, he's putting up triple doubles, getting less minutes than starters. I believe he leads the league off the bench with triple doubles. But I mean, he's been playing really, really good basketball lately. And it's crazy to say because I'm the biggest Russell Westbrook supporter out here, but I didn't think Russ can still put up 30 points. And he showed us that he could still do that and average a triple double.
Facts. Honestly, to be real with you, when I was doing these awards, I was like, okay, well, what does this award mean? Okay, like what is it? What does this entail? What should I see out of this player? What should I see out of my MVP, Coach of the Year, six man? So when I'm looking at six man, I'm like, okay, what should a six man bring to the court? I think a good six man should be able to come on the court, and if the game isn't going the way that the team is planned it, the starters came out and wanted it to go, the six man is supposed to change the momentum of the game, change the energy. That's exactly what Russell Westbrook does every single game. I mean, you could put it together, but yeah, I have Russell Westbrook as well for six man of the year. Every game, man, he comes off the bench, and if the energy's low, he brings the energy up. If they can't get no buckets going, he either finds a way to score himself and creates for himself, or he gets others going. We know about all these setups he got to Thomas Bryant when AD was out there. All these setups he has to AD, and I mean, let's be real, man. Trent, you said it. He is leading the league right now in triple doubles off the bench. Not only is he leading the league, he is ingrained in history. He already has the most triple doubles off the bench in NBA history. In 37 games, he's averaging off the bench. He's averaging 15 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. I don't think there's not a single question in my mind that this man is supposed to be the sixth man of the year. He has revived his career in this sense of coming off the bench, and he's a whole new Westbrook. The Westbrook we knew then, it's a different Westbrook. And this is a whole new player. And think about how hard it is to reinvent yourself in the NBA. Take that humble pill. So, man, come on, man. It's really no debate about it. Westbrook, sixth man of the year.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, he revived Thomas Bryant and Gabriel's career. Let's be honest with you, man. Gabriel looks like a role player that can go on any championship team right now and provide something. Thomas Bryant, I always knew about Thomas Bryant because Russ and him played for the Wizards and they always looked good. So I wasn't really, I knew they were going to play well together. But you got to give credit to Russ. He gets too much hate. It is what it is. But he's
You
six
do
man.
get too much hate. You get too much hate. But all right, let's go ahead and get pushing. Honestly, I think this is the easiest one. This is by far the easiest one. Coach of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this in previous videos. I personally have the Boston Celtics head coach. I can never pronounce his
Joe
name.
Mazzulla.
Yeah, Joe Mazzulla. I mean, he's 33-12, 19-8 in the conference. They're pretty much away and home. They play pretty good. They're 17-5 at home, 16-7 away, 8-2 in the last 10. Currently on a 7-game win streak. I mean, this Boston Celtics team is rolling. The fact that he got called a few days before training camp, before the season, and still got this team to still manage to be a number one seed is just incredible, man. So I don't really think that's really a question to be asked. Yeah, no brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Absolutely, Joe Mazzulla.
You could hold up. My fault, John. You could throw in the Kings coach there too if you really want to be fun with it. You could. No, don't say. They're on a 4-game win streak. They're 24-18. They're fourth in the NBA. They lead the team and they lead the NBA in points. I mean, this team. Let's be honest. A lot of people look at the Kings as like no one respects them, but a lot of people are respecting them. And I think this is going to be a playoff team. The last time the Kings been in the playoffs since when? Don't even know.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they have like the longest drought in sports history. But look, I want to give some love to Mike Brown. Shout out Mike Brown out there from the Kings. And I would like to give some love to Jacques Vaughn. But at the end of the day, bro, I think that like when you compare that to what Joe Mazzulla was given and what Joe Mazzulla is doing, I think that's why I do the because I just don't think there's any debate about it. Like, there's no way anybody expect. I honestly thought the Celtics were gonna crumble. I was like, man, that's crazy. The Celtics will never see the championship again. They just lost their coach. That's their guy. That's their anchor of their team. And now look where they at. Right back, and if not better.
My question is though, why isn't the Celtics giving him that job yet?
Maybe they got some up their sleeve. I don't know.
They got something because they're keeping him as an intern, I believe, right now. I think that's what it is. But like he's doing good. Like, just give him the head coach job. Are they trying to see like you don't win a championship? Okay, it's his first year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just confused. Like, I think the players already gained a respect and a relationship for him. It's like, just do it, Brad Stevens, or like, I don't know.
I think to be honest, I think Joe Mazzulla already did some under the table contracts with Rob Pelinka. He already coming to the
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. It don't matter what coach is on the Lakers. I think they're always gonna still suck.
Oh man, that's crazy. All right, here we go. Rookie of the year. Rookie of the year, feeling like Luke Doncic. This is my testimony. I just gotta be honest.
I'm not. This is another no-brainer. Paolo having a really good year, man.
Come on, bro. Yes, bro.
I mean, I thought you were about to say that's a bad choice. I'm like,
no, it's not. No, I'm not saying it's a bad choice. But look, I'm not saying it's a bad choice. But like, could we stop acting like it's such a no-brainer though? It's not such a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer,
it's not, dog. Benedict Mathurin is doing his thing. I already told you. The numbers, of course, they don't jump out of the table. But let me talk to you. Look, the numbers don't jump out as much as Pablo. Right? Benedict right now is 17 points per game, 4 rebounds on 42% from the field, 32% from three, on the 8th seed versus Pablo. Pablo, yes, he's got his 21 points per game, 6 rebounds, 43% from the field, 31% from the three-point line, but he's in the 13th seed, okay? Benedict Mathurin is also possibly, because he's not going to get it over Russell Westbrook, he's possibly also the 6th man of the year. He leads the entire NBA in bench scoring right now, points off the bench. He's contributing to a winning team. And mind you this, he's not getting nearly the same minutes as Pablo, yet he's putting up similar, if not better, in certain category numbers up. In totals, if you just look at the totals, Pablo is playing more minutes than Benedict Mathurin. Yet Benedict Mathurin's only averaging 3 less points than him. Yes, let's give Pablo his credit, but let's stop acting like this man doesn't deserve some credit for what he's doing.
Bro, he deserves credit, but John, I think you're failing to realize, bro, dude's coming off the bench for a reason, man. He's coming off the bench for a reason. Players that come off the bench are bench players for a reason.
Don't be a casual, Trent.
No,
Don't be
no,
a
no,
casual.
no, 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 no.
So
Stop.
okay, no.
Stop.
So
Hold up.
what
Hold
about the
up.
James
Hold up.
Harden situation?
Hold
What about
up.
when
Hold
James
up.
Harden was on the bench? He was
Hold,
clearly better than Thabo Sefolosha,
hold
but
up. Hold
it
up. Hold
makes
up.
sense.
No, 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 no. Let's hold up. Hold up, bro. Let me talk. Let me talk. Bro, he's coming off the bench for a reason, bro. Typically, players that come off the bench produce better because they're going against less talent than the starting lineup. Correct or no?
Correct.
Okay.
But
Paulo's averaging, hold up. Paulo's averaging about 34.1 minutes a game. And he's balling every single night consistently. Consistently 18, 19, 19, 19, 17, 25, 30, 25, 21, and 15 points the last 9 to 10 games. Consistently, bro. All right. He's doing this on a daily basis. I have homeboy on my team. And there's nights where it's like, you put up 20 points, but then there will be nights he's putting up 15. I want to say 15. He put up 10. And then there'll be another night he's inconsistent with the numbers, bro. And
because he don't get the minutes. He don't get the same minutes as Pablo, right?
And that's what I said. And that's why there's a reason why he's not getting those minutes, John. There's a reason. Why? Because he's a rookie? What's the reason? Why? I'm asking.
Because the Pacers are actually a contending team. They're actually the Orlando Magic do not care if they win games or lose games. They just want to let Pablo and all these young players play. Look, Pablo's gonna get it, okay? But all I want is for you and the people out there to put a little bit more respect on this guy's name and stop acting like this is such a no-brainer, like the coach of the year. This is not a no-brainer. We need to give this man his respect. You're right. He's not getting as much play as Pablo because his team is actually going to make the play-in. Pablo is going to be watching him at home.
I agree with you, bro. I think he's very, very good. But what I'm trying to say is we all know the Pacers are not a contender team. We all know they're not making the playoffs. We already know that, bro. Like, let's get that straight, John. You even said it themselves. They're just wasting their time. We get that, right? You look at their roster, right? Just look at their roster, John. Let's look at their roster. So, hold up. Let me bring up this roster real quick, all right? We bring up this roster. Name any player on this team that he should be getting played more than Miles Buddy Hield, TJ McConnell, I'm sorry. There's no one on this team, man. There's no one. Terry Taylor, Kendall Brown, James Johnson, Daniel Theis, Isaiah Jackson, Aaron Nesmith, like Chris Duarte. Why? There's no reason why he should not in the starting lineup. There's no reason why he's not in the starting lineup, bro. You have Tyrese, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, Jalen Smith, and Chris Duarte. That's about it. And Chris Duarte has been mid. So why is he not in the starting lineup? That's my question. That's all I want to ask.
I think that there are better players that fit the system compared to what the coach thinks, and they want to win. And so they're not gonna just throw any players out there.
Pacers are not in the situation where it's like we want to win, bro. They're not. It's not happening, bro. By the end of the year, they're not in the playoffs.
In the 8th seed.
And they got 40, 30 something games left without Tyrese, bro.
I'll give it to you. I am not saying Benedict is going to get it. Pablo is going to get it because there are people who just watch the headlines. There are people who just look at the numbers. There are people who don't actually watch the Pacers. 95% of population who's going to vote are not watching the Pacers on a freaking Tuesday night. So, okay, I'll give it to the casuals. The casuals can have it. But I just want people to put respect on Benedict Batcher's name. That's all.
But my question is, there was no point of even bringing him up if you asked who was the rookie of the year. We didn't ask who's.
That's my pick.
Okay, that's your pick.
That's my pick. That's a hot take, but that's my pick.
All right, cool. All right,
my pick.
My pick is gonna be Paulo because I know basketball. Simple.
I know basketball too. That's why I know Benedict Batcher.
If you knew basketball, you know he ain't winning rookie of the year.
No, I know basketball, and I could recognize his talent, and I'm not gonna just go off what the TV says. Go because he's a number one pick. Pablo.
Number one pick has. Let's be honest. The number one pick has the most pressure than everybody in the league. The most pressure. You know how many busts they always talk about? You're the number one pick, man. He was in a class.
The number one pick also gets the most chances than anyone.
Hold up. He was in a class with Chet and Jabari. And before these players started the NBA, everybody was asking who should be the number one pick. Who should be the number one pick? And Paulo proved everybody wrong. Every single buddy wrong because Jabari Doesn't look like a number one pick worthy. Let's be honest with you. He's playing okay. Chet is injured. So obviously the Orlando Magic picked the best decision, and Paolo is going to be a superstar in this league. And homeboy from the Pacers, cannot pronounce his name, I'm sorry, is just going to be an average role player, borderline all-star in his career. And that's a maybe. Paolo has superstar potential.
Potential, dude. Like how you say, I want to see it. I'm tired of the intangibles.
We've seen it though. We have seen it. We've seen the potential. Look at his numbers. On
the arguably the worst squad in the league. All right, Devin.
He went over there. Hold up. He went over there too. And it's like there's a reason why the Magic got the number one pick, because they're terrible. So now you add a franchise player to take over that. We're judging off the first season. Obviously that the Magic are not going to improve right off rip, but we could tell second, third season in to see what he can lead this team to. I tell you, in the next 2 to 3 years, this team will be a play-in team, potential a playoff team.
Damn, Pacers are a play-in team right now.
Not because of homeboy. Not because of homeboy.
Hey, but homeboy's doing a lot because he's leading the entire NBA in bench scoring.
I said, bent.
But bro, we stop acting like it's like they run they sub 5-5-5s. They don't sub 5-5-5s.
They don't. I would love to see him play a starter role, starter minutes, and then going against starters in the clutch time, in the final moments of all that stuff. I just want to see. I have seen Paulo make clutch free throws. I've seen Paulo win games for his team already. Just saying. I haven't seen that from homeboy. I have yet to see that. You know what I see from? I see from Tyrese. Maybe and let's get this straight. I would like to say maybe he doesn't get the opportunity because you have a Tyrese on your team and other options. But Paulo, he's going to get the opportunity because he's the number one pick. But that's not always the case. The Magic have other pieces over there that they can go to. They can go to a Markelle Fultz if they want to. Jalen Suggs been bad, but that's who they're relying on. Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, Paulo, Carter from the Bulls that went over to Magic. They have pieces over there where they can go to. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got to really say about that situation.
Yeah, man, I hear you, bro. Yeah, they do got pieces they could go to, but are they gonna go to those pieces, or are they gonna go to the piece that they just invested a whole bunch of
but also
everything into?
But also though, the Magic invested in Cole Anthony. They invested into Jalen Suggs.
Not nearly as much as Pablo. You know that. It's the number one pick. That's the guy.
I get it.
I get it. Their franchise.
But they know they got their guy. They know they got their guy already. Now you have to worry about the players around him to see where they could do. We haven't seen anything from Suggs. We have yet to see anything. Well, we have yet to see anything from Suggs. We've seen a little bit from Cole Anthony. So if they can get that to work out and with Paulo, and then potentially add a Scoot Henderson during the draft upcoming,
they better do something, man. Hey, Pablo time ticking, man. I want to see it. But all right, my boy, this is you know what we're here for. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, like the best for last.
You know what I'm saying? You know what we're here for. It's like the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to watch the stuff at the beginning. Yep. I'm here to watch the pay-per-view, the main event. So what I want to know right now, Trent, is mid-season. Okay, today is January 17th. Who do you got for your MVP?
Jason Tatum.
Why?
And this one's tough because you can go Luka, you can go Jokic. I feel like those are the two options. But just for the sake of mid-season, can we talk about what Tatum's doing right now? Just against the Charlotte Hornets, he put up 80 points in the last two games, maybe a little bit more. Put up 51 the 16th, shot 15 for 23, 7 for 12, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. He's putting up huge numbers throughout the whole year. Career. You want to talk about a jump from Shai's year before that to this year? We could talk about a jump from Tatum. Oh, he was averaging about 27 points a game. Now he's averaging about 31 points a game. His field goal percentage up is a career high. Well, not a career high, but it's one of his highest ever since 2017. He's at 47.1, shooting about 35% from the three-point line, 8 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and averaging about a steal a game. So all his stats are up. Another huge leap from Jason Tatum. But not only that, he's leading his team number one throughout the whole league. Through the Western Conference, 33-12, 7-game win streak, 8-2 in the last 10 games. I mean, if we're going to talk about MVP is a caliber player. That's the number one top. It's a top seed that's making his team win. And the truth of the matter is, Luka's a 5th seed, a 24-21. They struggle every single night. Luka's putting up big numbers. But I feel like nowadays with the voting, if you're not a number 1 or number 2 seed, it's going to be hard for you to win it. And you can go Jokic, Tatum, but if you want to go that record-wise, Celtics are better, and mainly because of JT having a really, really good season. He put up 50 points and no one talked about it. But you know why no one talks about it? Because he does this. It's regular for him.
Look, man, I can't be mad at that pick at all. I love Jason Tatum. Although that is not who I got. I got Luka. And I mean, if you look at stats alone, like you could take out everything else that I'm going to talk about and just talk about the stats. And he's a top tier candidate. 33 points per game, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 50% from the field, 35% from the 3-point line. But let's go deeper than just stats. What's an MVP, right? I talked about that earlier. Most valuable player. It means he has the most value to his team, right? If you take Luka Doncic out of that Mavs team, they are the bottom of the Western Conference. You simply cannot say the same about the Nuggets, about the Pelicans, about the Grizzlies, about the Celtics. So about Jokic, Zion, Ja, and Tatum. You just can't say the same about him, right? So what does that show? When I'm looking at that, I said, what does that show to me? That shows that Luka Doncic, out of all those guys, brings the most value to his team because, yeah, they're not the number 1 seed, they're not the number 2 seed. The Dallas Mavericks are currently the 5th seed. But without Luka Doncic, like, and I'm not even trying to be funny, like I genuinely think they would be the 15th seed. Like they would be bottom of the league, right? I know it may seem funny, but I'm being serious. I think they'd be at the bottom of the league, right? And then another question I ask myself is, all right, well, what goes into an MVP? I think personal stats, Luka got that. I just read it off. Impact on winning, Luka got that. I just said they'd be in the 15th seed if it wasn't for Luka. Health, Luka be playing. Only missed 5 games so far. Narrative, Luka is that guy. Everyone loves Luka. He's the Slovenian, however you say his nationality, Slovenian. However, he's the killer. He's a Slovenian killer, and he's playing more defense this year. He's top 6 in NBA for steals. He's at 1.6 steals per game. He leads the league right now in unassisted field goals. Just give it to him. Watch him go to work. Let him do his thing.
But John, everything you just said helps Jason Tatum out even more, though. Literally everything you just said.
No, not.
Yes, it does.
If you take Jason Tatum, Tatum out of that team, take Jason Tatum out of that team. They're still a top tier seed. They're not at the bottom of the West.
Listen. That's probably the only point you got, but that doesn't make it. You want to talk about most valuable player? Yes, you could say that all you want, whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, what do the voters look at? They don't look at teams that are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They don't care about that.
What about Jokic when he got it last year or the year before that?
Yeah, but you know why Jokic won it? Because he literally lost. Hold up. You know why Jokic won that? He literally lost his all-star point guard, where you could borderline all-star point guard in Michael. I forgot his name. Jamal Murray, and not only that, Michael Porter Jr. was dealing with injuries. So
what does that mean? Yeah, it means that he was the lone all-star. What's Luka doing? He's a lone all-star.
Yes, but listen, you want to talk about numbers. You're talking about numbers, correct?
I talked about numbers and I talked about other facts.
Right. So bring everything. Hold up. Please bring up everything you just brought up for Luka. Please, what did you just say again? Please bring up everything you just said, right?
Okay.
You said stats. You said stats, correct?
I said his stats, personal stats. He got that. Yep.
Tatum got that.
Not more than Luka. Impact on winning again.
Tatum got that.
Luka, the Mavs would be the last seed without Luka Doncic.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
How is that not impact on winning?
And look at Jason Tatum. Listen. You look at the Boston Celtics team. Yes, they have Jaylen Brown.
They would still be a number 1 seed without him, without Jason Tatum. They wouldn't, maybe not a number 1 seed, but they would not be a 15th seed like the Mavs. No, Trent.
No.
You know that. You know that.
No, I don't. No, bro. John, you're chatting like you're doing a lot. John, stop. Just stop right there, please. Please.
Right now, you're chatting,
bro. Listen, you know what's crazy, right? We're talking about Luka's numbers, right? I'm gonna compare his numbers right now. Just look stat wise, and I watched Luka play. So he has 33.8 points a game, right? Jason Tatum is at, let's see. Jason Tatum is at 31 points a game and has several stars on his team. Correct? Yes, he does, right? Luka Doncic has 30. He averages 33 points a game. Jason Tatum's pretty much near him already right there. Not only identical points. He's the number 1 seed.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I think you're forgetting that. I think you're literally forgetting that.
Yeah. He's number 1 seed because he has multiple All-Stars on his team, right? Luka.
Hold up. No. I didn't say All-Stars. I said stars. I just said stars. The stars. And hold up. Going back to stars, they really only have 1 star. Let's get that. Like Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart's. I don't know, borderline maybe. But if you want to talk
player of the year, a defensive player of the year, that's what he is. He was the last defensive player of the year.
We all know he's really not a defensive player of the year. We all know.
He really is as a guard. He really is a defensive player of the year as a guard.
We all know he's not. Though. He gets literally dropped off consistently every single game. Bro, there was like, how the hell did Marcus Smart get this? Because he's not even like.
No, I did not ask that. I knew that. I knew why he got that. Let me ask you a question. Please. Who on that Mavs team is even comparable, even half of Jaylen Brown?
There's no one on that team, but you acting like the Mavs are bums.
They are bums. They
literally was in a Western Conference Finals, and yes, Luka played a big
Luka. So
you don't give credit to his team. You don't give no credit. Hold up, it's a team game, John. You acting like Luka played a big role, correct? But bro, he didn't win those games because he won those games because his teammates were knocking shots down. Let's not forget
who was hitting him.
Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber. He had players on the team. The thing about building a team nowadays, usually you're only going to have 1 to 2 stars. Typically, Dallas Mavericks are on the sake of where they don't really got 2 stars. But if you look at every team in the NBA, talk about contending teams at least, they always have 1 to 2 stars, and they got to really deal with just carrying your team. That's just what the NBA is. Let's be honest with you. Look at Golden State. They got Steph. And then maybe Clay's a borderline all-star. Yeah, they got those stars. Luka, yes, he doesn't really have that partner in crime, but he did in Jalen Brunson. Let's not forget about that.
Okay, but we're not talking about what he did. We talk about what he has.
He had Jalen Brunson last year.
But why are we talking about last year? We're talking about right now, mid-season
MVP. Because last year he literally because you said this team is bad.
This team is bad. Look at this.
How is this team? Hold on. My question is, how is this team bad, right? This team is literally the same team besides a few additions and one huge loss of Jalen Brunson. That's because of the front office did not want to pay him. But they added a Christian Wood. They added a JaVale McGee, and they also added that rookie
inconsistency. Cool. You just told me a bunch of inconsistent players who are nearly the player Jalen Brunson. What are you talking
about? Christian Wood is not inconsistent at all. What are you talking about? He's not inconsistent. He's probably their second best player on their team. What's Spencer Dinwiddie? What are you talking about? The main reason why this team's struggling is because they lost Jalen Brunson.
You just proved my point, bro. You just proved my point.
How am I proving you? Yo, my question is
the second best player on that team. You're right. Jaylen Brown's the second best player on the Celtics.
So hold up. So you're gonna criticize the Boston Celtics because they just drafted their players and developed them, and then the Dallas Mavericks, on the other hand, just said, you know what? Let's just not pay our second best guy on the team in Jalen Brunson. That's their fault.
I'm not criticizing. I'm just answering the question. The question is MVP, right? The question is impact on it. The question is impact on winning. If Luka was not there, they would be the 15th seed.
Bro, you're over. Listen.
No, I'm not over exaggerating.
No, you are, bro. You're over. So you're trying to tell me, hold up. I'm looking at the 15 seed. So you're trying to tell me that they're going to be a Charlotte Hornets and have like 10 to 11 wins.
Without Luka, yes, I will tell you that.
Oh, brother.
I was watching the Dallas Mavericks play the other day. I actually talked about this a couple of episodes ago when Luka was not hitting. Luka was having a terrible game. They had 65 points in the fourth quarter because Luka was having a bad game.
Listen. That team is I can't wait for the Dallas Mavericks to like their role players. The reason why this team's struggling right now, believe it or not, is because their players from like the same players, Finney Smith and Reggie Bullock, just haven't been hitting shots. Maxi Kleber was a big time loss for them. Like they're just not hitting shots right now. And they lost the ball handler. Like let's not forget.
Second best player, yeah.
Yeah, literally. And okay, and you want to talk about the Dallas Mavericks are in 5th seed, correct, John? But the whole Western Conference is trash. The whole Western Conference is trash. So why are we so happy that, yes, he's a 5th seed, literally 3 games away from being the 11th? The West is trash, literally garbage.
And he's also 3 games away from being the 1st seed.
And that just shows how bad the West is. Thank you. The West is bad.
Yes,
the West is bad.
But bro, if we're gonna give Jokic that same love and praise that we gave him, Why are we not giving it to Luka?
Because
That's just not fair treatment.
because Jokic literally lost his two best players. Literally,
what happened to Jalen Brunson and what happened to Maxi Kleber?
Those are not Maxi Kleber was not his second best player. What are you talking
about? That's sad, right? Because that basic the way they.
So hold on, are we forgetting about last year? Are we forgetting about Spencer? Didn't when he
who disappeared last year in the playoffs? You know that,
but he disappeared, but he's still their top three players.
What is he not? Is he or is he not inconsistent? Answer my question.
Yes, that's role players. Role players are just inconsistent overall.
He has role. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He has role players around him, and he's taking these role players to the 5th seed, while Jason Tatum has all-stars. Jaylen Brown is arguably an MVP candidate this year. I don't care if you
listen, bro.
Watching or not, Jason Tatum is an MVP.
Everybody knows you're fighting for Luka, cool, but we all know seeding matters at the end of the day. So everything you just said does not matter. Seeding matters at the end of the day.
That's crazy.
It's
seeding matters, but we're gonna take teams into account. We're gonna take. All right, cool. You have another MVP candidate on your team. All right, cool. You have a bunch of scrubs on your team. We're gonna take that into account, man.
So, like you said, going back to the Rookie of the Year voting, you're talking about casuals are taking the picks, this and that. So once again, you're proving my point. If casuals are taking the pick and they're just looking at records, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Boston Celtics are the number 1 seed in both conference. Oh, I wonder why." Jason Tatum. So that's the voting. And you know it. So,
but also casuals are going to look at Luka's insane numbers, like his 60-point triple-double. Casuals are also going to look.
But hold up, the some of the players, like some of the reporters, they have votes too. They can vote too, right?
Yeah.
Some of the people that watch these games and stuff like that have votes too, so they play a part too. But at the end of the day, bro, we all know how the MVP voting is.
Is it a 2-man race?
No, it's. I think it's more than that. To be honest with you,
who is okay? Let me ask you this: of course, by play wise, Jokic deserves it, but you think Jokic will get it?
I don't think he gets it because the league is rigged, but
because he's not going to get 3 in a row.
They won't do that.
Yeah, because I mean, look, LeBron's got back-to-back twice, Curry's got back-to-back, and Giannis has got a back-to-back. No one's ever been 3.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but like, I feel like we missed the whole important part, John. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want you to go take your takes that you had on Luka, and I want to explain because I wanted to get to that part. So you said, this is what most valuable players, you're most valuable to your team, correct? I like the point of the sake if you take Luka out, this and that, but that's not the case. That's not gonna happen.
That is the case, bro. That is the case, bro.
But Luka, but hold up, but Luka, but what are you talking about? If they're not taking Luka out, though, they're not gonna do that. So we don't care about.
I thought you were saying that they don't drop to the 15th seed. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're not taking that Luka out. So that's just ifs. So we don't care about ifs. We care about facts here, right?
Okay. Luka still has better numbers.
Yes, and I want to bring this up. So you said Luka has better numbers by 2 points, correct? He has better numbers by 2 points. You just said the Boston Celtics have 2 All-Stars on their team, correct? You even said Jaylen Brown was going to be probably in the MVP voting, correct? Yes, you said that, right? So if you have 2 typical All-Stars on your team, usually that means one of the All-Stars or both, they usually don't have the ball more in their hand, right? Luka has the ball in his hand 99% of the time. Jason Tatum does not have the ball in his hand 99% of the time as much as Luka. We could say that. That's just facts because he has players on his team. He has a Jaylen Brown. He has a Marcus Smart. He has a Brogdon. The fact that he's still averaging 30-plus points a game, leading his team to the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference after losing the NBA Finals, and then they came back next year to a new head coach, a new team in a sense of adding new players who had to get a whole new system, a whole new coach, and he's still continuing to follow like this. I mean, I just don't understand how you can really compare anything. If you have the number 1 seed, Jason Tatum is the most. Hold up. Jason Tatum is the most valuable to his team. Let's get that straight because if the Boston Celtics lose Jason Tatum, if you want to go back to the ifs, if the Boston Celtics lose Jason Tatum, they won't win a championship. That's all. At the end of the day, that's what we care about. They won't win a championship. They won't. So if you want to do the ifs, we could say that too. Celtics would not win a championship. They will be a playoff team, but they'll probably be a first or second round elimination, which does not matter. Cool. Okay, we understand if Luka is off the Dallas Mavericks, yes, they're a bad team.
Not even a play-in team.
I disagree because, I mean, if you want to talk about a playing team, I mean, right now you have teams with 20-plus wins being playing teams. So let's be honest, playing teams, you go 1 through 10. Let's get that straight, okay? 1 through 10, you're a playing team. Now you have to fight to get in the playoffs, but you're still a playing team. All right? Now bring up your other points.
Okay. I think you're extremely cherry picking stats. All right, yeah, you're right. Jason Tatum is averaging two less points than him, but Jason Tatum is averaging 5 less assists than him. Jason Tatum is also shooting on a worse percentage than him from the field and from the 3-point line. Jason Tatum is shooting. Let me make sure. Free throw. Jason Tatum 86. No, Lucas shooting a worse free throw percentage.
Exactly.
But okay, but I just named you 3 different stats though. You want to cherry pick? You want to talk about just numbers? Okay, but if we want to talk about just numbers, Lucas still has better just numbers on score as far as scoring. Has about 5 more assists per game on a better shooting percentage, both from the field and from the 3-point line. Again, you want to talk about ifs? Yeah, you're right. Take Jason Tatum out. Maybe they don't make the championship, but they're a first round, second round elimination. Maybe you don't believe it, dog. But maybe it's because you haven't watched enough Dallas Mavericks games. The Dallas Mavericks are not a play-in team.
But you know what's crazy? You literally you probably watch one or two. You probably watch a few games. The game that you watch without Luka, that way he's playing bad and the team struggles. That happens. Teams struggle. It's the NBA. But I tell you this, Luka has another struggle game. I'm pretty sure the team will probably step up and play. Like that's just how the NBA is, man. You've seen a few games, but that's not enough. That's not enough sample size.
I've watched Luka. Luka is my favorite player besides LeBron. I watched Luka in the Mavs, and I see him struggle without Luka out there almost on a nightly basis.
Like I said, John, I think we can all agree seeding matters, and I feel like you're missing the main point. You could bring up all these arguments, but seeding matters, and truth of the matter is they're a 5th seed. Who cares?
Man, so was Jokic. So. Yeah, family, you got to let us know in the comment section down below. Who is an MVP? Is it Luka? Is it Tatum? Is it somebody else? Is it a Ja? Is it a Jokic? How many people are in this race, man? That's what I want to know. So comment down below. Let us know who you got for all of your midseason awards, whether it be MVP, MPI, Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie, all of that, man. But I think it's a good place for us to go ahead and wrap up this episode. This is a good fire debate episode. I like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Listen, I want to say though, right? I was looking at this roster, this Denver Nuggets roster, right? It was 47 and 25, but that's the year he won MVP, right? 2020, 2021.
Yes, that year.
All right, so that year Jokic won the MVP. The main reason why he won is because one, he was a top 3 seed. I told you MVP conversations are always going to be a top 3, correct? It's never going to be 4 or 5. There's cases where those players just ball out like a Russell Westbrook back in the day and stuff like that. There is going to be cases, but typically a top 3 seed is, you have a really good chance of winning it. But like I was saying, the main reason why he did win is because when you lose a player like Jamal Murray and then you lose a player like, Michael Porter Jr., those are your 2 best players they're relying on. And John, Will Barton, trash. Bobo was not good. He hardly played. Campazzo, you had Campazzo out there as your point guard who's not even in the league no more, I believe. You had Gary Clark, PJ Dozier, Aaron Gordon, JaMychal Green, RJ Hampton, Gary Harris. This is a team that he was running with. You get what I'm trying to say? He had a Paul Millsap who shouldn't even be in the league no more. Like that's how bad this team was, and Jokic carried them to the 3rd seed. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why he won it. It makes perfect sense.
But do you understand that it's midway through the season? And I swear to you, bro, let's not be a casual. Let's rule for 1 second.
Yep.
Listen to those players, and then now listen to this: Jaden Hardy, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Good,
bro. No way, bro. No, bro. Bro, you can't do this, bro. You can't talk about, bro. This isn't Brooklyn Nets Spencer Dinwiddie. I will read you off Spencer Dinwiddie's last couple of games, and I will show you how this man is inconsistent. How can Luka play with someone inconsistent?
Hold up, John. You want to talk about his last game? He had 28.7 for 15. The last game, he had 25 points, 8 for 12. And then the game before that had 17.7 for 13. How those last 3 games are not inconsistent. And we can go even more. He had 13 points, 21 points, and 12 and 18. He's a role player.
And then an 8-point game. And then let me
no,
see. Then
what are you talking about? He never had it. I'm looking at it right now. He never had an 8-point game.
Right here versus I'm looking at Friday 12-23. Oh no, Sunday 12-25 versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Actually,
what do you talk? Well, the Lakers, he had 17 on the 12th.
I'm talking about Sunday, December 25th against the Los Angeles Lakers. They won 124-115.
You see how far you have to go back though? This whole month of December the 20th. What are you talking? You had to go.
Less than a month. This was Christmas, dog.
And look at his stats now. What are you talking about, Jay? Yo, Spencer did what he's probably better than every single player on that Denver Nuggets that I list. Spencer
Oh
didn't.
man,
Is he not? Is he not?
no.
Okay, hold up, please. I want you to name the Dallas Mavericks players because literally, they're every single player that you're about to name is better than the players that I just named. Christian Wood is better than any other player on that team. Dorian
When he plays.
Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith is a valuable piece to any championship team.
Oh, come on. You're not. Hey,
What are you talking about?
I think we just came to the conclusion that you're really not actually watching the Dallas Mavericks because there's no way you actually think that. Everyone that's watching the Dallas Mavericks this year knows they are not playing up to the level that they are supposed to be playing. JaVale McGee has literally lost his role on the team. He doesn't even play anymore.
No one's talking about JaVale McGee, but you know the crazy thing is JaVale McGee is probably still better than some of those players on that Denver Nuggets team. Like, bro, John, I don't think you're being realistic at this point right now. I'm being honest with you. Please, out of all these players that I just named to you, are they valuable role players that can get benched?
Aaron Gordon was on that team, by the way.
Yes, that's the only. And Aaron Gordon is a freaking role player. That's it.
Aaron Gordon is better than any other. Better than Spencer Dinwiddie. Better than Christian. Better than anyone on.
Time out. Hold on. This is recently biased right here. Whatever the word of it is, because Aaron Gordon last season did not play good. Let's get that straight. He did not play good. This year, he's having a really, really good year. A really good year. The season before that, he did not produce. We're talking about the year that Jokic won the MVP. That's the year we're talking about. Aaron Gordon was not that good. Look at the roster, John. Please. Please. Thank you.
Gary Harris was on that team. Gary Harris is way better than Spencer Dinwiddie. I'm taking Gary Harris every single day over Spencer Dinwiddie. He's inconsistent. Monte Morris, you want to talk about shooters? They did what the Lakers couldn't do. They put shooters around him. Come on, bro. All I'm asking for is if you're gonna give Jokic that respect, give it to Luka. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
I have respect for Luka though. That's the thing.
No, I do. No. I'm saying if you're gonna give Jokic the MVP, give it the same to Luka. That's all I'm saying. What goes into it? Personal stats, Luka has better. Impact on winning, Luka has better. Health, Luka has better. Narrative on his name, Luka has better.
Hold on. That's what you missed out. Right? You want to talk about health. How many games did Luka you say?
Luka has missed 5 games this season.
Yeah, and you just lost that point. See, that's why you should have never even brought that point up. Thank you very much.
How many games has
Listen, how many? So there's 43 games played this season, correct? 43 games played. What's up? How many games were into the season? About 43, right?
Let's just look at the.
What's the standings right now? What is it?
The Celtics are 33-12.
33-12 is about 45.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, okay. So Jason Tatum has missed.
2 games. 2 games.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So the same way that Jason Tatum is averaging 2 less points than the.
Hold on. Time out. So thank you. I'm glad you brought. I know there was some points you was missing out there. So we're gonna talk about seeding because you're missing the seeding part. I see how you don't like to bring that up, right? I blow you out the door.
I'm bringing it up.
Okay, I blow you out the door with that. He's the number 1 seed. He's the number 1 seed.
He has an MVP on his team. Are you not watching basketball?
Is Jason Tatum not the dude on the team? Like,
no, he's not. Jaylen Brown is averaging 3 less points than him, bro. I'm tired of the freaking.
Listen, time out. Hold up. But
look at his team. That's it. Just look at his team.
Hold up. But the thing is, I think you're missing such a valuable point. They don't care about that. They don't care about that at all. So listen, seeding, Jason Tatum has over Luka. He has played more games than Luka this season. I mean, yeah, he only missed less games this season. And I'm pretty sure if he played those 2 games, he'll probably average the same amount of points that Luka did this season. And you could say the same thing for Luka because he missed about 5 games. What are you talking about? Those are 2 games where you didn't know how much Tatum could put up. Tatum could have put up 25, 30. His stats go up, correct, John?
Okay.
And I said Luka missed 5 games, and that could have helped Luka out too, correct?
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is also the fact that Jason Tatum's averaging 30 plus points, right? 2 less points than Luka. Luka has the ball in his hand 99% of the time. Jason Tatum has other stars on his team, or just I want to say 1 star and a bunch of really, really good role players.
Averages 4 assists.
Okay. Hold up. Shouldn't his points be a little bit lower? You expect his points to be a little bit lower, but no. Yes,
I'm not expecting that at all because
you expect.
You just said it yourself. He's the guy, right? He's the guy, right?
Hold up. Yes, you're the guy, but if you hold up, you are. Hold up. What I'm trying to say is you are the guy. But your points are going to not be the same when you have another star player with you. correct? You take out, look at LeBron James right now without Anthony Davis. This dude's 40 years old, averaging like 40 points in the last 3 games, last 5 games. You know why? Because he doesn't have that guy no more. It's just him. So that's what I'm trying to say. And you know it's true when you have Jalen. Let's just say this, because we're going back to the ifs, because you like to throw the ifs. If Jason Tatum never had a Jalen Brown, I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Tatum doesn't average 40 a game. I would not be surprised. You could say the same thing if you really want to talk about that.
Okay, so I want to know if Jason Tatum has all these great players around him, why is this nigga only averaging 4 assists? Luka has these damn scrubs, and he's averaging almost a triple double.
You know why?
3 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Luka is not only scoring more than Tatum, he's got more rebounds than Tatum. He's doing it on a better efficiency than Tatum. He's throwing more assists than Tatum. Bro, I'm just looking at the stats. Okay. You want to throw the what ifs out the window? We could throw the what ifs out the window, and Luka still wins. I don't know what to say. I just think you just don't like Luka, to be honest with you.
I like Luka. I think Luka's very, very good. I just feel like you're clearly a hater on Jason Tatum. You get the kid, you get the dude. You're trying to discredit Jason Tatum because he has another dude with him. That's what you're trying to do. No. That's what you're trying to do.
That's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is, you might think I'm trying to discredit him, but look, I actually had him as my MVP pick prior to the season coming in. But bro, I'm not gonna just stick on my pick. But I'm gonna watch the game and go off based on what I'm seeing in the season. And again, what goes into an MVP?
Let me get this straight.
Everything that I've said, Luka wins on. So why
let me get
would
this straight? Hold on, let me get this straight. You're through to the assists up there. If you watch the Dallas Mavericks game so much, you know what the defense does to Luka, correct? They're spamming him the whole time. His players are probably the most wide open you could probably be on any other team. His players are always open. His teammates are always open because the defense is mainly focused on Luka, and Luka doesn't even want to pass the ball. He doesn't want to pass. Luka's just a hun overall. He doesn't want to pass the ball, but his teammates are open consistently every single game. And for the Boston Celtics' sake, it's like, okay, on the defense, you come into the game, it's like, all right, well, we stop Jalen Brown. Oh, you gotta go to Jason. You can't double none of these players because the Celtics are just really, really good overall. The base of the Dallas Mavericks. Hold on. The base of the Dallas Mavericks, they're not constructed well at all.
And they're not a good team.
They're not really good. They're solid. I think they're solid. I think as soon as they get their players back, Finney Smith been out for a while. Maxi Kleber been out for a while. They're still trying to find another guard to help out Luka because losing Brunson, Kemba Walker obviously wasn't it. He's not even on the team no more. So they're still trying to figure stuff out. You get what I'm trying to say? But this team is still gonna be a good team.
That's what I'm saying. Still trying to figure stuff out, and look what he's doing. Look where he has him mid-season. And look, there's no saying that he can't finish as a third seed. So if he finishes as a third seed, technically, because that was your argument. That's why Jokic won.
Yes, he could finish as a third seed.
Okay, so if he finishes as a third seed, I don't want to hear none of this. He's MVP.
Hold up, but yes, he could finish as a third seed. But Jason, like literally all the stuff that you're saying about Luka, you look at Jason Tatum's stats, correct? Yeah, Luka's about to average a triple double, right? Jason, since when? This is my thing, right? Since when was Jason Tatum ever the player that he? If you look at his career, he averages what 3.2 assists. He was never that. That's not who Tatum is. We know that, John.
But bro, he's an MVP. I'm not gonna just cherry pick stats.
It's not about cherry picking stats, but Jason Tatum was
never
into account. Jason Tatum was never really that dude that just Jason Tatum comes in the game and just gonna drop your player off and call it a day and just go back home and chill with Deuce. Like that's what the dude is. That's what Jason Tatum is. The light skinned kid who's just gonna come in and drop you off every single
Luka's gonna do the same thing except get his team involved and do it on a better efficiency and
lose.
Okay, because he doesn't have another MVP caliber on his team. All right.
Okay, so whose fault is that?
The GMs, the head front.
Okay, then, so you can't. So the voting's not. But the thing, hold up. But the voting. This is what I'm trying to say. The voting doesn't care about that, John. Like I feel like
that's literally what they cared about with Jokic. What they cared about.
No. But you realize, bro, we talked about this several times. Voting it's messed up. Voting is always going to be messed up, and this is why you're looking at the sake of just like numbers and watching someone, John. We're past that. No one cares no more. No one cares really, bro.
All right,
it's the truth. It's the truth.
Okay, well then you can speak for you and all the other casuals because me, who know the game and watch the game, I'm gonna take the best player who's doing the best things overall. Now, I'm not going to cherry pick any stats.
And still somehow in 5th seed. Wonderful.
Again, he does not have another MVP caliber player
on his team. And you know what's crazy?
You know what's great? Every other MVP candidate, every single other MVP candidate has another all-star on their team or another perimeter all-star. Luka doesn't even have a damn borderline all-star on his team.
So Denver Nuggets.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray's not the same guy. Okay.
Yeah, but he's still a borderline
Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
Say Desmond Bane. I dare you. I dare you to say Desmond Bane.
No, I'm not going to say Desmond Bane because he hasn't been playing. But let me ask you something. How do the Grizzlies play without Ja Morant?
Hold up. But my question is, let's not change the conversation, John. You just said every team has a star in a borderline all-star. So I'm naming all the teams for you, and you stopped them. You changed the whole question.
Jaren Jackson Jr. He's
absolutely not. He would never make the All-Star game. That's not.
He was literally our pick for defensive. Okay, he was my pick for defensive player of the year.
He would never make it to the All-Star game, and you know it. Bro, he would never make. He would never.
But Jaren Jackson Jr. is head over heels better than
Jaren Jackson
Jr. Other on that Dallas Mavericks team besides Luka.
You want to talk about Jaren Jackson Jr. That dude's the most inconsistent player in the freaking league. I swear, dude. This dude, he's in foul trouble consistently. He should be way better than he is.
Okay, I named it. Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr. is better than any other player on that Mavs team. You know that.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, right? There's only a few teams. I'm true. There's only a few teams in the league, like the Pelicans. They got their guys. The Pelicans are a team that they got their guys. We already know what they got. CJ,
Brandon Ingram,
Zion. Yes, you could go Sabonis and Fox, right? Clippers, you can go Paul George and what?
Are you starting to see my point, my boy? Are you starting to see what I'm talking about?
I'm asking you. I'm literally asking you. I'm asking you.
Okay. Yes. Every team, we can go down the list. Every single team has another player that's comparable and can be a reliable.
Now you're changing your words.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
You literally just said the first take. You literally just said was every team has. You said all-star, and then you try to say borderline all-star.
Okay, no, borderline. No, I said all-star or a borderline all-star. Okay.
And then you changed it again to what you just said, John. What did you just say?
Okay. Oh, no, I'm not changing. All right. Okay, an all-star. Jamal Murray absolutely could be a borderline all-star. Triple J, defensive player of the year. How is he not going to be a borderline all-star? Hornets, we just listed off. Kings, we just listed it off.
Why are you calling the Hornets?
What? I mean, sorry, not the Hornets, the Pelicans. Pelicans, we just listed off. Kings, we just listed it off. Clippers, we just Paul George. Kawhi.
No, stop.
John Wall.
Stop about. All right, end the show, John. End the show.
That nigga's out, man.
Yo, end the show, John, bro. End the show, bro.
All right, let's end this segment. Let's end this.
That's funny. That's funny, bro.
All right. At the end of the day, I feel like Jason Tatum nor Luka is a bad pick. No, we're both winning. Family, let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Get at us. Like, comment, subscribe. We out here, y'all.